Okay, this is lesson 2.2. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Whoops. Lesson 2.2, GCF. Greatest common factor. We've already learned this before. Everyone should be writing and taking notes. So if you are not writing right now, I hope to see a pencil in your hand and your notebook in front of you because it's not optional. Miss Johnson's taking notes, so you should too. If you don't have your notebook, you need to find a piece of paper and write this down. It's not optional. I'm not taking hands right now, so we're taking notes. There's no questions right now. Okay, working with greatest common factor. We've already gone over this, but we are going to do plenty of examples today to find the greatest common factor. So the first one that I am going to do is zoom in a little bit more. Find the GCF, greatest common factor, of 3 and 27. Find the greatest common factor of 3 and 27. Okay, remember step number 1 is to find the factors. Finding the factors of each of the numbers. So I'm going to write down 3. I'm going to write down 27. Factors of 3 and factors of 27. Okay, you need to tell me right now in the chat, what combinations can I use to multiply to get 3? I'm going to start with 1 first. 1 times what is going to give me 3? 1 times what will give me 3? Looking at that multiplication table, 1 times what will give me 3? Good. If you said 1 times 3 equals 3, you are correct. Can I do 2 times something to give me 3? 2 times something to give me 3? Nope. Whoops. Nope. And I already wrote down 3 times something, so I don't have to write that again. So in green, here are my factors. I'm going to list them now. So factors of 3 are 1 and 3. I'm going to list them right below. Probably should have wrote factors. Let me do that. Factors of 3 are 1 and 3. Probably can write it below. Okay. All right, while you are waiting for others to finish up, go ahead and find all of the factors of 27, all of the combinations. If I were to look for 27 on my multiplication chart, what ones would I see? Go ahead and try to find those. I'm going to start with 1 and then work my way up from there. Okay, go ahead and do that. Now I will wait a minute for you. Once you get 1 times something, go ahead and find the next combination. A lot of my friends have their video off, and that's not very good. Can't see what you're doing. If you said 1 times 27 gives me 27, you are correct. Can I multiply 2 times something to give me 27? Can I multiply 2 times something to give me 27? Nope, you can't. Okay, I'm going to go to the next number then. What about 3 times something? Does 3 times something give me 27? Yes, I see some thumbs up. 3 times 9 is 27. Now I have to keep going because between 3 and 9 there are a lot of numbers. So let's go ahead and double check. Is 4 times something give me 27? If I take 4 and I run it across my multiplication table, do you see 27? 4 times something, will that give me 27? Nope. All right, let me back up here. What about 5 times something? Will 5 times something give me 27? Will 5 times something give me 27? Nope. Okay. Still got to keep going. I'm not at 9 yet. Will 6 times something give me 27? No. What about 7? Will 7 times something give me 27? No. Okay. What about 8? Will 8 times something give me 27? Nope. So now I am at 9. Okay, I go all the way up until I match that number that I've already multiplied. Going to highlight this in green. Then I'm going to write out my factors. So factors of 27 are 1, 3, 9, 27. Okay, we have step number 2 now. Once we know what the factors are, we need to find the common factors. Okay, I write this out so that it's nice, neat, and organized and that I remember each of the steps. There's always 3 steps to finding the greatest common factor. First step is finding the factors. Second step is finding the ones that are common. So I'm going to write 3 here and 27 over here, and I'm going to rewrite my list. So I have 1 and 3. And then I have 1, 3, 9, and 27. I believe we used orange for this. The numbers that are common looking at the list. This list has 1 and this list has 1. Okay. This list has 3 and this one has 3. So the common factors are 1 and 3, separating them with a comma. Okay, 1 and 3. All right, moving forward, we need to do step number 3. Is how should I write this? Find the common factors. We'll just put find the greatest common factor. Write the greatest common factor. Remember, greatest common factor is also known as GCF. So out of 1 and 3, the biggest one is 3. 3 is our GCF, the greatest common factor. If you remember this from yesterday, go ahead and give me a thumbs up so that I know that you remember this. Okay, let's go ahead and do one more example, and then I will let you have the assignment. Okay. Let's see here. Let's do find the GCF, greatest common factor of 2 and 25. Okay, this time though, I'm not going to write each of the steps. I'm still going to do the steps, but I'm going to not put the directions, like what you should be doing on each one. Okay, we're going to move a little bit quicker through this one. So I'm going to write down step 1, and then I'm just going to do it. Okay, so step number 1 is finding the factors. So I'm going to write down 2 and 25. Okay, 2 only has one group of factors. That is 1 times 2, which gives me 2. And that's all I have. So I'm going to go ahead, highlight that in green. Okay, and then I'm going to write down the factors. Factors of 2 are 1 and 2. If I were to write the factors of 25, I always have 1. 1 times 25 gives me 25. And who can tell me in the chat the second combination, and it's the only other number that you can multiply to get 25. What can I multiply together to get 25? There's only one more combination. Awesome sauce. If you sent me 5, 5 times 5 gives me 25. So I know that the factors of 25 are 1, I'm writing them in order, 1, 5, and 25. The number 5 repeats itself. I still only have to write it once. Step number 2 is finding the common factors. And it's kind of funny. We look at GCF. I'm just going to write this down so you can see it. You don't have to write this down because I'm writing it super big. GCF, we say it GCF, but in reality, when we try to find the greatest common factor, we kind of go backwards. We find the factors, then we find what's in common, and then we find the greatest one. Okay, does everyone see that? It's kind of ironic. We find the factors first, then we find what's common or the same, then we look at which one's the greatest. Wow, that's a nice little trick. Way to go, Miss Johnson. Here we go. So I just found the factors, so I need to see what is common. So between these two, which factors are the same? Which ones are common? Looking here, I believe I use orange. Okay, the same, common. A 1 is the same here and a 1 is the same here. And that is the only factor that's the same. How crazy is that? So then step number 3 is going to be super easy because we need which common factor is the greatest common factor. And it's going to be 1 because there's only 1. How easy was that? Super easy. Super, super